Look to the moon, look to the stars. So we have the moon in Cancer at the moment. So you already know what time it is when the moon is basically rotating and of course waxing in Cancer. When the moon is waxing, this is the time to pretty much to be reacting and responding towards generating seeds, reacting and responding towards pushing out seeds, planting seeds, making sure that your garden of Eve and your garden of Adam, both feminine and masculine, make sure these two figures, aka the sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. So basically, in that perspective, make sure you want to make sure that you're generating seeds and, of course, planting seeds towards making sure that your garden, your fruits, your labors, making sure you're bearing the right fruit, not no dirty fruit, not no bad fruit, not no wingworms in your fruit, not no parasites in your fruit. Because if you got parasites in your fruit, and of course you got junk in your fruit, then your fruits, your labors, your manifestations, your aspirations, you're gonna be pretty much looking out here like a zombie, or your project would be pretty much looking like a pandemic. And you don't want that circumstance or situation to get out of control or out of hand. So you want to make sure that you're planning, planning your pandemic, making sure that your pandemic is pretty much attributing towards the backyard and of course the farm and the garden that you want to pretty much be able to smile and look at and of course be comfortable with sharing it to your generation or your family or whoever. Now when it comes to the moon and Cancer, for me, we all pretty much need to be reacting and responding towards cardinal water. So that means we need to be coming up with a new way of feeling, caring, loving, nurturing, smothering, and try not to smother too much. But of course, that plays out when it comes to the cancer energies. I mean, we're very, we're predicated towards what's familiar, what's safe, what's secure, and of course, what we are connected to when it comes to our roots. So of course, your goal, your process is pretty much to reactive respond towards planting roots, planting seeds, generating them, of course, making sure that you're loving, caring, and of course, making sure it's safe and secure. And also, we have Mars in Cancer. So that means our passion, our motivation, and our anger and aggression and desires is going to be geared towards home, family, privacy, and comfortability. And of course, what goes on behind closed doors, little home and family. Now, in that perspective, see, Mars is kind of like fallen in Cancer. So Mars is predicated towards dealing with its own way of dealing with its passions and desires. So the moment it goes into Cancer, it's sleep there, it's away there. Mars is all about passion, motivation, desire, anger, and aggression, and direct. Now, now Cancer is all about caring, loving, safety, security, stability, and of course, you do have some passionate and aggressive cancers, but cancers, depending on how that's formulated, and depending on their moon signs, of course, depending on how they are conquered, cancer is more private, more feminine, more dedicated towards dealing with their home and family. Now, the female cancers is very powerful. They're more geared towards like being the men. The male cancers, they more feminine. Feel me? They're more emotional in that pursuit. It's like a backwards tradition when it comes to that ruling planet, or how it's pretty much being played out when it comes to genders. Now, with Mars and Cancer, for me, we all gonna be pretty much directing our passion and desires towards loving, nurturing, and caring. So we're gonna be caring and loving our desires on the time. And we also got a square moon. So when it's a square moon, that means we are going to be basically facing conflict when it comes to our wants and needs, which is the sun is your wants, and the moon is your needs. So what does that mean? That means we are going to be pretty much learning how to pinpoint and pretty much utilize our penetration towards our wants and our needs, which means we have to balance them, which means we can't put all our eggs into what we want and forget about what we need. Feel me? You ever had money and spent money on something that you wanted, but you ain't really need it? Now that you really need it, you don't have it. Feel me? That's where you pretty much got to balance it out when it comes to your wants and needs, and where you're spending your money, and of course where you're putting your bank savings, and of course what you're pushing off when it comes to collecting, and of course corresponding in that perspective. Now, with the moon in Cancer and the sun in Aries, we're going to be caring about our passions and desires, and we're going to be very direct. And of course, we're going to go through some situations and circumstances where we're going to be feeling, tensions. We're going to be feeling, that we're going to pretty much be on the verge of not wanting to do certain things or have situations and conflicts. That's going to pretty much come into pursuits. But with the square moons is pretty much teaching you, it wants you to learn from your wants and needs, and it wants you to pretty much keep moving forward despite all the negativity and despite all the conflict. Want you to keep pushing forward. But we're gonna basically get into these energies and we're gonna break them down. So sun square moon at the moment. That means we need to learn how to take we need to learn how to act and react and respond towards what we love and care and desire in a very private and a very passionate and direct way. We also got Mercury conjunct Jupiter. So that means we're going to be pretty much thinking, communicating, and of course, expanding our mind on the daily pursuits when it comes to our experiences. So we're going to be pretty much whatever's on our mind, we're going to be experiencing that. Feel me? When it comes to our passions and our desires, and of course, when you have Aries out of your chart. We also got Venus conjunct Uranus. So what we love, value, and pleasure is going to, we need to have the power to value what we love, pleasure what we desire, and come up with our own unique, original way of doing it and corresponding with that. We also got the Mars trine Saturn. So that means we're gonna have this gift to utilize our passions and desires towards what we care, love, and what we feel comfortable with, and gears that towards Saturn reality. So if you want to have a desire and a passion that's gonna work and gear towards your reality, now is the gift to go ahead and combine those two. Wherever you have Pisces and Cancer in your chart, and get that popping. We also got Moon sextile Venus. So with Moon sextile Venus, who we are on the inside, we're going to be corresponding and responding towards opportunities that we can value. See, the Moon sextile in Venus is putting us into a situation where we may overindulge. We're going to have opportunities to value and pleasure and feel comfortable with what we overindulge into. So be careful of that, because Venus is in Taurus and the Moon is in Cancer. So you know Cancer is exalted in Taurus. So that basically means that we're going to have opportunities to go to the extremes. So be aware of that. That also create a full moon scenario. Whether you have Venus at in Taurus in your chart, that's in the area where you're going to utilize the Moon and Cancer to bring those opportunities together. We also got Moon sextile Uranus. So with the Moon sextile Uranus is in Taurus again. But we're going to have the Moon, which is sextile in Uranus. So that means we're going to have feelings. We're going to be reacting and responding towards opportunities that's going to bring care, comfortability, familiarity, and safety and security. That's going to have our own unique way and structurizing that and building that when it comes to our foundation. We also got the Moon squared Chiron. So with the Moon squared Chiron, we're going to be pretty much going through some conflict when it comes to our feelings and our emotions and our experiences and our desires and passions. That means we're going to be feeling very uncomfortable with certain desires and certain passions during the time where we may feel the need of retreat. Because you know the Moon's in Cancer and Chiron's in Aries. So we also got Jupiter conjunct Chiron. So Jupiter conjunct Chiron, Jupiter is bringing wisdom, knowledge when it comes to traumas and when it comes to certain experiences that we was unwilling to go through, or situations that brought hardship or trials and tribulations. Jupiter is going to expand that or expand you away from that. Which means if you don't take action and expand on your passions and your desires, you're going to keep coming through and of course experiencing things that's going to go unwillingly towards you. We also got the Sun conjunct Mercury. So we're going to be expressing our mind when it comes to our actions and what we are communicating about. So we're going to be very direct when it comes to that. We also got the Sun square Mars. So this is learning how to take direct action and learn how to shine light on your passions and your motivations and your desires dealing with home, family, and comfortability and safety and security. We also got the Sun conjunct Jupiter. So we're going to be acting on our experiences. So that means we're going to be paying attention towards experiences that can expand us during this time. We're going to be acting on it. We also got Sun conjunct Chiron, so we're gonna be pretty much taking action and shining light on areas where we pretty much need to, where we need to pretty much be we need to break out of our shells and become butterflies. Also, we got Moon squared Mercury. So with Moon squared Mercury, we're gonna be pretty much feeling uncomfortable with ideas or our ideas or other people's ideas. So learn how to feel uncomfortable with your ideas sometimes. Certain ideas shouldn't be going in your moon. Feel me? Which you know what I mean by that. Your moon is the whole, and your mind is the And when you go in there, you don't want to be having certain situations and circumstances where you're gonna shoot the wrong nut in there, and then of course you're gonna have the wrong care, the wrong person, place, the thing that you're gonna be caring for. Also, we got Moon conjunct. We got Moon conjunct Venus. So, I mean, wait, that don't make no sense. We got Moon conjunct Mars. So that means we're gonna be reacting and responding towards our passions and desires with eager and aggression. We also got Moon squared Jupiter. So we're gonna be going. That means feeling uncomfortable with certain experiences. We're gonna be feeling very uncomfortable with certain. This is learn how to feel uncomfortable with certain experiences, but learn how to use that uncomfortability and expand. Also, we got Moon trine Chiron. So we're gonna have the gift to go through some form of trauma during this time. Moon square Chiron. We're gonna be dealing with some uncomfortable experiences dealing with our trauma. We got Mercury conjunct Chiron, trauma on our mind. We're about to get into the houses where you have Cancer at. Now, if you have Cancer in your first house, this is gonna be a personal, private conjunction, but also it's gonna be a square. That means you need to learn how to utilize your power to be private and personally invest your love, nurture, care, passions, and desires when it comes to your personal life, the personal things you care about, the personal people that care about you, and of course, the personal people, places, things, circumstances, and situations that you personally got going on within your life. So this day, it's about you, it's about yourself. This is the day where you pretty much need to be selfish. Now, you're gonna have oppositions and obstacles that's gonna come from your seventh house, your relationships, or whoever you have relationships with. These individuals are gonna be basically trying to take you off your your personal and your private life to kind of like get you out of the like. For instance, you ever put yourself into situations of pretty much being a workaholic, then of course you in a circumstance situation of being a workaholic, then you are so used to communicating and conversating, of course, hanging out with your friends, and then of course they feel some type of way because you don't want to come party today. You had a long day. That's going to be the type of energy you're going to either people, places, and things in your seventh house. That's going to either trying to take power control over your relationships, how you relate with them, and who you relate with, and try to get you on today according. So be aware of that. Also, if you have Cancer in the second house, you Cancer is exalted in the second house. That means you're gonna be going through some extreme exalt energies when it comes to you reacting and responding towards love and nurturing and caring about your passions and desires when it comes to your resources, your material, things you're structured on, things you're fixated with, things that you hold on daily when it comes to material and possession. So that means you're gonna be placed into circumstance situation of caring and loving more about chasing that bag, chasing your money, putting money away, and of course being overprotective about your money and your savings, and of course what you do with your money. Now you're gonna have oppositions, people, places, and things that's oppositions that you have power, that you had transformations and power with, dealing with assets, dealing with privacy, or people, places, and things that you do things sexually behind closed doors with. These individuals are just gonna kind of like try to taint the eighth house energies in your second house, aka which what does that mean? They're gonna try to ask you for $1 and try to get some money up out of you. So basically, that's how it's gonna play out. So you're gonna be very protective, overprotective, and overbearing about protecting your possessions and your money, almost to the point where you may basically start separating and cutting people, places, and things up. So that Pluto in your eighth house is going to be pretty much brought you through a whole severe of what you need to basically do when it comes to your money, your resources, and you share your assets. So balancing that out is key. Now, if you got Cancer in your third house, you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of reacting and responding towards passions and desires of loving, nurturing, and caring about communications, conversations, intellect, and of course your mind, and how you share ideas. So you'll be pretty much communicating in a very caring manner when it comes to the people, places, and things that you have within your environment, your surroundings, and and the people that you communicate with on a day basis. Put more love, more nurturing, care, and passions and desires towards caring for these individuals, or care about your mind or your mentality, and care about your mental health. Also, you're gonna be placed into situations and scenarios of dealing with opposition. So people, places, and things that you had transformations with when it comes to experiences. People, places, and things that you had transformations with when it comes to your experiences, long distance travels, your meanings, your reasons, your purposes, and your beliefs. These things are gonna kind of clash with your daily pursuits. So be aware of that. Also, sometimes you may have to use Pluto to transform a person, place, and thing out your life. So it's not always bad. Also, if you have Moon and Aries in your fourth, I mean, if you have Moon and Cancer in your fourth house, you're Aries ascendant. So by default, you're gonna have a strong conjunction here. So what does that mean? That means you're gonna have the power to be very passionate and desirable when it comes to loving, nurturing, and caring about your home, family, smothering them, and being very private about them. So be very caring and loving during the time about with dealing with your home, family, or your household, things that you got in your house. For me, cook a meal, clean up, get things organized, be very protective, be very safe and safety and securing. Be like play the parent role in this house. Feel me? You'll take on some responsibility. And by default, you're gonna get opposed by your status, your reputation that you went through transformations with. So that's gonna oppose you during this time. And be aware of that situation. Also, you got Jupiter in Aries, so that means you can go through some experiences dealing with home and family as well. The Aries ascendant. If you got um, you got the moon and Cancer in your fifth house, you a Pisces. I'm lying. You got the moon and Cancer in your fifth house, you a Pisces ascendant. You also got Saturn here, you got Neptune here. That means you're gonna have also a gift, but you're also gonna be dealing with some minor situations that dealing with reacting, responding, and caring, and loving, and nurturing your self expressions, your self passions and desires, the way you express your self passions and desires, and of course your fun, your entertainment, your enjoyment. So you need to care about the things that bring fun, entertainment, excitement, and enjoyment in your life. Now, watch out. People, places, and things that you had associations with, groups, friends, and acquaintances, they're gonna try to take you off your fun, your excitement, and taking you off the stage to be you. You ever put yourself in situations where you want to work on your daily routine, but you got somebody waiting on you, you got somebody trying to stop you or try to interact with your routine? That's how it's gonna play out. So be aware. Try to take power and control over that situation so it won't taint with your fifth house during the time. But also, you got Saturn and you got Neptune in Pisces, so you need to put dreams and reality and hope and faith towards your fifth house, your creative endeavors, and how you express yourself. Also, if you have Cancer in your sixth house, by default, this is a sextile right here when it comes to Aquarius and Aquarius. You're gonna have opportunities, and you're also gonna be dealing with misunderstandings. Also, you need to reacting and responding towards passions and desires of dealing with love, nurturing, care towards work, health, routines, what you do on a day-to-day basis, your coworkers, your employees, and how you service yourself in the world. You need to be very more caring, more open, and more unique and original in that perspective. Also, you go through some transformations in dealing with your work, health, and routines, and your employment. Feel me? I don't want to say no bad things about it, but of course, you know what you need to do is take full control of that. Now, you're gonna go through some transformational moments when it comes to your dreams, your imagination, your fantasies, and delusions. Either you're gonna be dealing with spirits or entities within your dream trying to take full control over what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Or it's gonna send you nightmares, so be aware of that. Also, if you have moon in Cancer and your seventh house, you're a Capricorn ascendant. So by default, you're gonna be the opposition. You're gonna be the obstacle, depending on how it play out, or you're gonna be dealing with personal oppositions or obstacles within your aspect or personal transformations, because it's still on the cusp of Pluto. Now you need to be more loving, nurturing, and caring when it comes to your relationships, your one-on-one relationships, who you relate with, and of course who you have partnerships and goals with, or business relationships with. Be more caring and loving in that area, and you'll be alright. Now by your you're gonna get opposed by Cancer, Someone, and Senate for Capricorns. Aries, you guys will be going through conflict. Libras, you'll be going through conflict. Also, if you have Cancer in your eighth house by default, see Cancer falls here. It don't really do good in this house. And also, your Sagittarius ascendant. So that means you're gonna go to the extreme natures. So you're gonna go to some extremes, ups and downs in this house. So you need to be reacting and responding towards being private and hidden when it comes to loving, nurturing, and caring about your desires, your sexual urges, and of course your passions. Stay down until you come up. And who's gonna oppose you? Who's gonna oppose you? Your second house, things you value, just your status, the things you value when it comes to your status, career goals, and business and responsibilities. Those things are going to oppose you during the time when it comes to your privacy and secrecy. Now, if you got Cancer in your ninth house, you is exalted here, but also you're a Scorpio ascendant. So that means you're going to go through some extreme energies when it comes to experiences, when it comes to loving, nurturing, and caring about your experiences, your passions, and your desires. And you're going to have a gift, but also you're going to be pretty much dealing with some misunderstandings. The gift to go through some misunderstandings when it comes to your experiences of dealing with love, nurturing, care, desires, and passions. Also, if you have you're gonna go through some oppositions or obstacles when it comes to your environment. People, places, and things in your environment, your surroundings, or things that you used to have in your environment and surroundings can pop back up and try to take control over your experiences and what you put belief and faith into your mind or your neighbors. You got Cancer in your 10th house. It's debilitated here, but you're a Libra ascendant. Also, you're going to go through some 180 oppositions, obstacles. You need to be caring and loving and desiring about your passions, care, home, privacy, dealing with status, careers, and goals, dealing with how you can care for people, places, and things, responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which care about your status and your goals and what you're trying to build on. What's going to oppose that is going to be your home, your family, and your privacy. That's going to oppose that. And if you got Cancer in your 11th house, you're a Virgo ascendant. So that means you need to be more loving, nurturing, and caring when it comes to your associations, your friends, your groups, and of course, who you are establishing and building friendship with. And also, watch out, you're going to get opposed by your love, your romance, things that you are excited about. And last but not least, if you have Cancer and 12th house, is exalted here. You also gonna be dealing with a gift. You also gonna be dealing with a semi-sextile because you're a Leo ascendant. So you need to be caring, loving, and desiring about your passions and your goals towards your dreams, imagination, fantasies, and delusions. Write down your dreams. Be more caring and loving in that area. And of course, you're gonna get opposed by someone or something in your sixth house or your work or your health or your routine can oppose you during this time. Now, we're gonna get into the tarot card reading of the Moon in Cancer, the Sun in Aries square, and also with Mars and Cancer. Also, initiative with. We're going to start off with all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Now we're going to see what the Moon and Aries need you to react and respond to. I mean, for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, we're going to see what the Moon and Cancer need you to react and respond to when it comes to initiating new ways how to communicate. I mean, to initiate new ways how to deal with your feelings, emotions, and plant seeds. So, what does the Moon and Cancer need, or Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, to do when it comes to planting seeds? You got to plant some seeds. So, the Moon and Cancer need you to go ahead and be the Knight of Swords. So be private with your words and be strong and private with your words and utilize a direct force. Feel me? So we basically dealing with the knight. So we got the Knight of Swords. We're gonna see why you got the Knight of Swords. We're gonna see what the square moon gotta say for you when it comes to Sun and Aries and Moon and Cancer for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Cancer. What does the square moon have to say for you? It's like a stay down till you come up for all Aries. That's why you got that Knight of Swords. You already know when it comes to being with the Mars, being that Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and you got Mars in Cancer. It's falling asleep here, so that means you got to stay down until you come up from it. So now we're gonna see what the square moon got to say. Square moon wants you to spend time on being down to earth and practical when it comes to your money, resources, and material. Eight of Pentacles. Square moon also wants you to take time when it comes to valuing your feelings and emotions that you have, love and care for someone. And we're gonna see what the Mars in Cancer got to say for Aries, and we're gonna see what are the oppositions or obstacles that you need to overcome. Or Aries, Sun, Moon, Sun. All right. So the Mars of Cancer and the obstacles, they want you to be a king of swords. Give your grand support and be direct when it comes to your sword. Line the word 14 plus 2 plus 8 plus 12. So you're dealing with a similar Sagittarius. So you need to utilize Sagittarius energies of being mutable and adaptable and changeable. Better than seeing. And just adapt on the sun. Just adapt. I mean, that's what you need to do is adapt. Are you about to get into Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant? What does the moon in Cancer need you to react and respond to and start planting seeds? Okay, we got two cards already. Moon in Cancer wants you to pretty much utilize your environment and your surroundings to direct your visions. Moon in Cancer also wants you to pretty much be on the outside looking in and watch out who you're relating with. Watch who you're sharing your relationships with because they can be stealing, draining your energy and putting it towards somewhere or someone else. Also, got the Three of Cups. So you need to pretty much utilize your emotional connection when it comes to your environment, surroundings, and of course, whoever you have that connection with on a daily routine. We're gonna see why you got these cards. We're gonna see what the square moon got to say for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. What does the square moon need you to react and respond to and utilize in conflict? Square moon wants you to be um, secretive when it comes to your passions and your desires, but it also wants you to keep moving forward. So stay down until you come up. Also, we're gonna see what the moon, what Mars and Cancer got to say, and what are the oppositions, the obstacles you need to overcome for towards someone. So what's gonna be your oppositions, the obstacles that you need to overcome? Oppositions, the obstacles that you need to overcome is the home and family. I mean, family, home, and family can be an opposition or obstacle, but it also can bring greatness. Also, you need to stay down until you come up. Use the strength card. So that's strength and numbers. Strength. So 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3. Dealing with a someone in Libra, so you need to create harmony, peace, and balance, especially in the full moon game. Harmony, peace, and balance. So that's what you need to do, Taurus. Harmony, peace, and balance. Gemini, we're gonna see what's up to the moon Cancer. Or Gemini, someone in the mutable air, mutable, changeable, adaptable when it comes to thinking and communicating. We're gonna see what the moon Cancer needs you to react and respond to and need to plant seeds towards the. Okay, we got some cards. We got a few cards. Okay, I want you to start reacting and responding towards planting seeds within the world, your environment, your surroundings. Also want you to pretty much stay in your grounds when it comes to your visions and see yourself on the outside looking in. They also want you to pretty much value your mind and stabilize your mind, construct it. They also want you to pretty much bring justice, peace, and harmony within your life. So those are the seeds you need to go ahead and start planting. Now, we're gonna see why you got these cards, and we're gonna see what the square moon got to say for you, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Cancer. What does the square moon and Cancer have to say for you? We're dealing with a square. The square wants you to pretty much initiate new ways on how to communicate and relate. Use your mind, use your mentality. And also, it's telling your brain conflict. You got the devil card. So all Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. You're dealing with a whole lot of boundaries. I mean, you're dealing with a whole lot of boundaries and desires and shit. So some desires you may have to cut out and put restrictions on. We're gonna see what Mars and Cancer want you to be passionate and desirable about. We're gonna see all the obstacles and oppositions you can overcome for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. Oh, today's card, the death card. So use the death card. Transform anything, any person, place, or thing, circumstance, situation that's bringing conflict, that's not supporting what you got going on. Huh? 4, 6, plus 1, plus 11, plus 2, plus 7, plus 3. You're dealing with a Sun, Moon, and Libra, so you also need to create equilibrium balance. Feel me? Just like Taurus, just like Gemini. Taurus and Gemini. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. We're going to get into your reading right now. We're going to see what the moon and Cancer need you to react and respond to it. Plant seeds for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. Let's see what that you can basically put into the fruits. Moon and Cancer for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. What does the moon and Cancer need you to respond to? Moon and Cancer. We want you to initiate new feelings and emotions during this time. So create new feelings and emotions. Create a new way to feel. Love and nurturing care. We're gonna see why you got the Ace of Cups, Cancers, and we're gonna see what the square moon got to say for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. What does the square moon got to say for all you guys? What does the square moon got to say for all you Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis? The square moon is telling you to learn how to spend time towards transforming things that you no longer need and spend time towards leading yourself in the right direction and stop going back. Either someone or something is bringing you back, feel me? Or you need to let go of the past. I got bad habits and sticking onto the past. Let go of that shit. We're also gonna basically see we're gonna see what Mars and Cancer need you to be passionate and desirable about. And we're gonna see oppositions and obstacles that you need to pretty much overcome for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. Okay, so opposition obstacles you need to overcome. Falling in grace, aka Pentacles. So you got the Pentacles card. So you're gonna be falling into some money, resources, and material. I mean, that's once you clear shit out. So you can be open for new things to come up within your life. If you're dealing with a someone sitting Capricorn, so you need to initiate new ways how to think be practical when it comes to your career goals and statuses during the time. And Cancers, you'll be at. But you're dealing with your opposite energy. Get you a Capricorn. Now we're about to get into your Leo, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. What does the Moon and Cancer have to say for you guys, and what seeds you need to start planting and generating for all you Leo, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis? Start planting seeds geared towards valuing some emotional connection, dealing with relationships and love and romance. That's what you need to be doing. Also, we're gonna see why you got the Two of Cups, and we're gonna basically see also what the square moon have to say for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Synthesis. All right, the square moon wants you to learn how to be service and be open towards helping people, but also create an equilibrium and balance. You need to spend time during this time. We're gonna also see why you got that Six of Cups card, and we're gonna also basically see Six of Pentacles, and we're also gonna basically see what Mars and Cancer need you to be passionate and desirable about, and also your opposition obstacles, how you can overcome these things. So we're gonna get into that now. So your opposition to obstacles is gonna come from you retreating, aka going inside yourself and cleaning out your closet. No R. Kelly. And we're gonna add this up and see what kind of energy you're dealing with. 9 plus 6 plus 2. You're dealing with a Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Scorpio. So you need to stay down until you come up during this time, Leos. And the moon about to enter Leo later on, but stay down until you come up. And when the moon gets into Leo, then you can go ahead and express yourself. Until then, the moon is Cancer. So you need to be private hidden. Don't express too much during this time. Sit back and chill. We're gonna get into you Virgo, Sun, Moon, so you're gonna be dealing with opportunities. So we're gonna see the opportunities that the moon and Cancer needs you to go ahead and force seeds towards you. Okay. So you need to go within inside yourself and look to the moon or Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. You're gonna see why you got that card. We're gonna see what the square moon has to say for you, what you need to learn for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. You gotta learn something. Yeah, you need to learn how to let go of some emotional connection that's bringing trauma and hurt and sadness your way. So you need to let go of that. We're gonna see what the Mars and Cancer needed you to do, and we're gonna see your oppositions, the obstacles that you need to get over. We're gonna pause this video real fast, and we're gonna get to the answer. Virgo, you got the Nine of Cups, and you also need to use the Libra energies by creating balance. Now we're about to get into Libra, someone in the sentence. So Libra, what do you need to learn? How do you need? What do you need to learn when it comes to this moon in Cancer? Because you need to learn. You're dealing with square. What do you need to learn when it comes to planting seeds with the moon in Cancer? You need to learn how to spend time when it comes to your passions and your desires. And you also need to learn how to utilize the Lover's card. Pay attention towards the love is your relationships and how your relationships can work and help benefit you, and also be open to receiving grand support when it comes to feelings and emotions. Be open to the moon. We're gonna see why I got these cards. We're gonna see what the squares want you to learn. The square and square. We're gonna see what the square wants you to learn for Libra someone. We all going through a square conflict. So what do you need to learn from the square? Okay. That's the card we basically about to get into. Yeah, that card came out. Ooh, ooh. All right, so basically, Page of Wands. You need to learn how to utilize your visions, your desires, your passions, to plant good seeds. That's what you basically need to learn how to do during this time. We're gonna see what Mars and Cancer needs you to be passionate and desirable about. We're gonna see what Mars and Cancer. We're gonna see what Mars and Cancer needs you to be passionate and desirable about, and all the oppositions or obstacles you need to overcome during the phase. We're about to basically get into that right now. Let's see what's up for you, Libra, someone the same thing. Okay, cool. You got the Devil card. So the Devil card wants you to utilize your desires, the desires that's gonna work for you. Keep those. The desires that's not working, that's holding you back and bringing you into domination. You need to let those go. 6 plus 11 plus 13 plus 6. Oh, that's crazy. We both got the Lover's card for Libras. Got the Devil card and the Lover card, which go together. And it's all good just a week ago. Feel me? So you could basically just say, this is Adam, this is Eve. That's how you look at it. Because the devil came through. Said, vote. Well, you don't eat that apple. So you did it with a sun, moon, ascendant, Scorpio. So you need to stay down until you come up during this time. I'm about to get into you, Scorpio, sun, moon, ascendant. About to get it to you right there. Scorpio. We about to get into you, Scorpio, sun, moon, ascendant. When it comes to the moon and Cancer and the seeds, you need to go ahead and start planting. Moon and Scorpio seeds, you need to start planting. The moon and Cancer and about to get into you, sun, moon, ascendant, Scorpio. We're gonna see what the moon and Cancer needs you to love, nurture, and care for when it comes to planting seeds. Okay, I want you to utilize the Seven of Pentacles. So it needs you to be on the outside looking in. When it comes to growing your money, your resources, and material. We're also gonna basically see why you got the Seven of Pentacles, and we're also gonna basically see what do you need to learn this moon square. Okay, you need to learn how to receive grand support when it comes to intellect and be open towards conversation. And also transform, which is your card, the death card. You need to put death towards a person, place, circumstance, situation. We're gonna see why you got these cards. We're gonna see what the Mars and Cancer needs you to be passionate and desirable about. We're also gonna basically see the oppositions, the obstacles you need to overcome, or you Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Sentences. Get into that right now. Okay, you need to utilize the Star card by spending time towards creating a whole new way of spending your time and your desires towards things that's gonna truly matter. Going. You did it with a Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Leo. So you need to utilize the Leo energies by being fixated on your own ways of feeling and seeing and expressing yourself, taking the center stage, aka front stage. Now, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendances. We're going to see what the Moon and Cancer needs you to react and respond to towards loving, nurturing, and planting seeds. Now, Sagittarius, I got the ability to go to the extremes during these times and days, so be aware of that. Okay, I want to give you got the King of Swords, so you need to give your grand support when it comes to ideas, word, and intellect. For Sagittarius, someone said, so be a preacher and a teacher today. Because today's also Thursday, which is Jupiter Day, which is yellow or orange for me. We also going to basically see why I got the King of Swords, the Sagittarius, someone in the sentences. We also going to basically see why And we're also gonna okay. We're gonna see where you got the King of Swords, Sagittarius, and we're gonna see what the square I want you to learn. Okay. See, okay, the square wants you to learn how to go within inside yourself, listen to your intuition, meditate, look to the moon, and follow your macabre. Open your first eye, not your third eye, which is the high priest. You're gonna see why you got the high priest card. We're gonna see what Mars Cancer needs to be passionate and desirable about. When you're gonna see what the opposition obstacles you need to pretty much overcome. Okay, your card got the Five of Pentacles. So your feelings and emotions is something that you need to overcome. And no matter what's going on, Sagittarius, someone in the sentences, you need to keep pushing forward. You can be on one leg, keep moving. God might grow you another leg. 5 plus 2 plus 14. You did it with a sun, moon, sun, and Gemini. So you need to be changeable and adaptable when it comes to intellect, curiosity, and stay on the surface. Don't leave the surface for now. We're gonna see where you got the yeah, that's basically it. Capricorn, sun, moon, and synthesis. You're gonna see what the moon and Cancer needs you to react and respond to towards love and nurturing and caring and planting seeds. For you Cancer, for all you Capricorn, sun, moon, and synthesis. Capri, sun, Capri. You're gonna see what's basically going on for Capricorn when it comes to the moon and Cancer, which you need to plant seed, areas you need to plant seeds, and which you need to be loving, nurturing, and caring for and about the only sign. You got the Four of Wands. So you need to pretty much structureize your visions and your goals towards building a foundation, a home, a family, and some form of privacy. So yeah, get with home, get with family. We're gonna see why you got the Four of Wands, Capricorns, and we're gonna see what the Moon and Cancer needed to. We're gonna see what the Moon and Cancer, aka the Moon Square, needs you to overcome. What you need to learn during this time. What the Moon Square needs you to pretty much learn during this time. When it's a square moon, that means we need to learn something. You need to learn how to value your money, your resources, your material, and learn how to juggle the bag, learn how to be open towards, new goals and new perspectives and new things where you can pretty much be passionate or desirable about. We're gonna see why you got the two of pentacles. So we're gonna basically see oppositions and obstacles you need to overcome during this time. What are the oppositions and obstacles you need to overcome? Okay. Also Capricorn, the high priest, which is the Cancer card, telling you to go within inside yourself, to look towards the moon, and meditate. Also need you to go ahead and utilize the temperance card, aka heal, bring balance, bring peace, harmony, and justice. So you need some balance and peace, value in the bag, and structure. 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 14. Dealing with a someone sending Cancer. So Capricorn, you need to utilize the Cancer energies. It may be hard to do that, but you need to go ahead and use it. So you can have a full moon. So you just follow the moon during the summer. Wherever you got Cancer in your chart, use it to the best of your ability. It's like a full moon for all Capricorn. Now we're about to get into you can Aquarius, sun, moon, and ascendances. Feel me? Ruler Saturn, co-ruler Uranus, fixed air, fixated only being unique and original. We're gonna see what the moon and Cancer need you to go ahead and start planting seeds towards for all you Aquarius, sun, moon, and ascendances. Moon and Cancer is gonna have you fall into the Ten of Pentacles. Some money, resources, and material. You also need to go ahead and, of course, come up with ways of being associated with it comes to your environment. Also, watch out for the heartbreak within your environment. Also, it wants you to be a service kind in general towards people, places, and things. But when you do that, it also wants you to retreat. We're gonna see why you got these cards, Aquarius, and we're gonna see what the square moon and Cancer needs you to learn. Got the Hierophant card, so you pretty much need to learn how to utilize some form of connections, some form of putting yourself out there. And the Hierophant card is dealing with Taurus card, so you need to put patience and structure towards taking your time and working on things. We're gonna see why you got that card, and we're gonna see what Mars and Cancer need you to be passionate and desirable about Aquarius, and we're gonna see the opposition, the obstacles you need to overcome. All right, damn, a whole lot of shit going on. Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius is you need to utilize the Knight of Swords. So you need to stay down until you come up when it comes to talking to yourself, your intellect, someone that you have a connection with. Also, you got the card of justice, so you need to bring justice, peace, harmony within your life. You got the strength card, so you need to stay down until you come up. You also got the Nine of Swords, which we're going to experiences of dealing with mental confusion, also mental sleepless nights, and you also in La La Land at the moment. So we're gonna add all this up. See what kind of zodiac sign you're dealing with. See what kind of energies you're dealing with first. So we're gonna get to the bottom line. 11 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 10 plus 5 plus 12 plus 7 plus 9 plus 8. You're dealing with a sun, moon, ascendant Cancer. So you need to utilize the Cancer energies by being loving, nurturing, and caring, and initiating ways out of give it your feelings and emotion. Last but not least, we're gonna do Pisces, and we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna get ready. And last but not least, and finally, we're about to get into your Pisces, sun, moon, ascendants. Last zodiac sign, bro. So you got Saturn in your chart, you got Neptune in your chart. Um, Jupiter is your ruler, and Neptune is your co-ruler. We're gonna see with the moon in Cancer, need you to react and respond towards love and nurturing and caring, and see Pisces, sun, moon, ascendant. Because the moon in Cancer needs you to react and respond to. It needs you to react and respond towards planting seeds when it comes to your visions and being direct. That means plant that seed, don't play. Also, you're gonna see why you have the Page of Wands. We're also going to basically see what the moon in Cancer conflict, aka square moon, needs you to learn. So, what do you need to learn with this moon in Cancer and sun in Aries energy, or you Pisces, sun, moon, ascendant? What do you base? All right, so okay. Oh, boom. Now, the first card came out is learning how to communicate, learn how to see through, so learn how to analyze and see through the snake shadiness that a person, place, or thing that you have a connection with. But you're dealing with some conflict when it comes to mental conflict, or learn how to mentally express your mind. Also, learn how to be open and kind and generous towards helping people. And also, your card, the moon card. Learn how to retreat also, and take care of any wounds that you got going on within that closet or cabinet. We're gonna see why you got those cards, and we're gonna basically see what the Mars and Cancer need you to be passionate and desirable about, and also your opposition, the obstacles you need to overcome for Pisces, someone sensitive. You got the Empress card, which is the Libra card too. You need to overcome, be passionate and desirable about growth or fertility or bringing a child in this world. It could be through your mind, it could be through your genitals, it could be through anything. Okay? You also got the Three of Wands, so you need to put passions, desires, and vision towards your environment. That's fine. That area. So we got 11 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3. So you're dealing with a similar in the Capricorn. And also you got Saturn and Pisces. So you're gonna utilize opportunities to be initiative and practical when it comes to your career, your goals, your status, your responsibilities for Pisces, Sun, and Ascendant. And when you do that, you be that. Even though it's gonna be very opposing when it comes to this Cancer moon energy, you got Saturn in your chart now. So you gotta get on board with what's going on. And the better you do that, the better you be in that circumstances. That's basically the reading for all signs. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all plant good seeds, real shit.